Hi, this is Jordan Ian with another installment of the Email Marketing Minute. I want to talk a little bit about the unsubscribe process and the importance of that process. I really came to realize this recently when I received some mail from the firm Travelocity. Now, I used Travelocity not that long ago to book some travel. Their website makes it very easy to go online, to book some travel, to figure out where you want to go. Some great deals. It's a great service. During the process of becoming a customer, though, they add you to their email list. Now, I don't object to this because I've done business with them. I feel that gives them the right to communicate with me. But the challenge was the number of messages that I started getting from them. Over a period of 28 days, I received 21 messages. From my perspective, that's an awful lot of email. And the challenge was many of these were promoting where I'd just been. They weren't promoting something that I was interested in. It was a trip that I'd already taken. So there was a very low relevancy to me. So I decided enough is enough. 21 messages in 28 days. I'm going to unsubscribe. So I went to the bottom of their message, and it seemed relatively easy. There was an opt-out from all promotional emails in the future box. I went to that. I checked it. And within very few minutes, I received a notice from them that said within 3 days, I would stop getting mail from them. It sounded great. One of the weird things about this form was that if I wanted to resubscribe, I had to call an 800 number. But here's where the challenge started. After I unsubscribed, 3 days went by, and I continued getting messages from the company. I unsubscribed a second time, and I still continued to get messages from the company. Now, the big challenge for any business today is when you start doing this, you're really violating the premise of canned spam. Could get you into a lot of legal trouble. From a perspective of being in the industry, I just decided I would go out and I'd Twitter about it, see if anybody else had had the same experience. Now, to the company's credit, they immediately Twittered back and gave me some information as to a person I could contact who would help address the issue. I contacted that person. They immediately sent me an email and said they would take care of this process. The challenge was, even after they said they would take care of the process, it didn't happen. They didn't unsubscribe. So from my perspective, here you have a very major organization, somebody that is a good corporate citizen for the most part. They may have some marketing practices I don't agree with, but a fundamental component of their compliance with canned spam is broken. It's just not working. It's really important if you're in the email business to make sure that that one component is working and is working effectively. So let's talk about what they did good and what they did that was not so good. First of all, when I posted on Twitter, there was an immediate response from them. I thought that was very good. Secondly, there was also a fast follow-up when I sent an email to the person, and there was a commitment from them and an apology that they were going to resolve the issue. The bad side of this was the problem exists to begin with. They should never have had this problem. You should have, there's enough ways to ensure that unsubscribe systems work properly. The second is, it's not easy for the company to resolve it. They seem to still not be able to get me off the list. I still am getting messages from them, even after the company has said that they're going to address it. So they did some good things in terms of how they responded to it, but the bottom line is the bad things kind of overweigh that when they can't get me off the list. Now, how can you prevent this? Most companies have an unsubscribe process. What's critical is that you take the time to periodically audit that unsubscribe process. Make sure that when somebody clicks that unsubscribe box, they're being taken off. If somebody does raise an issue about this, you want to do what they did. Address those concerns immediately and have a plan in place as to who and how you're going to address anybody who brings up an issue about them not being unsubscribed. And make sure that you've gone through and you've mistake-proofed the process so that unsubscribers don't automatically get added back at some point in your email process. This is extremely dangerous if you're moving from one email service provider to another, or you're transferring files, or you're doing something to the file itself. So you want to make sure you comply with canned spam. You want to make sure that clients and customers that use or receive your email are happy and receiving relevant content. And I think in the case of Travelocity, you really don't want to overmail people, because what you're going to ultimately end up with are customers that really like doing business with you but unsubscribe. I'm Jordan Ian. This was the Email Marketing Minute from Subscriber Mail. You can reach us at subscribermail.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Jordan Ian or the company at SubscriberMail.